Top 10 Safest Countries if World War III Starts. Number 10. Switzerland. Switzerland has undoubtedly proven itself as a safe nation during Europe's bloody past, with a strong tradition of neutrality, widespread bunkers, and a heavily armed populace. Switzerland shares borders with Germany, France, and Italy, all of which are locations where nukes will undoubtedly land if World War III breaks out. Switzerland is somewhat protected from these danger zones due to the mountains that surround it. This means that the Swiss could take cover up high in the mountains as nukes land all around them. Number 9. Tuvalu. Tuvalu is an island nation deep within the Pacific Ocean that is very remote and neutral. Tuvalu's extreme isolation helps it remain politically unaligned, and its small population and negligible resources mean no major power will have any reason to attack it. If World War III starts, Tuvalu will likely be ignored. Also, unlike many other island nations, Tuvalu's people produce and consume most of their own food and goods. Number 8. New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most secluded, yet developed nations in the world. New Zealand has a stable democracy and is not deeply involved in any armed conflicts. The mountainous terrain of New Zealand can provide shelter to its people. New Zealand also has enough local food supplies and fertile soil to support itself in the short term, and New Zealand's peaceful foreign policy even gained it the 4th spot on the 2015 Global Peace Index. Number 7. Bhutan. Bhutan's unique location makes it an excellent shelter for an apocalyptic conflict. Surrounded by the Himalayan mountains, Bhutan is one of the most secluded landlocked countries in the world. Bhutan also has no diplomatic relationships with the United States, Bangladesh and neighboring India, even have embassies in Bhutan's capital. Number 6. Chile. Chile is one of South America's most stable and prosperous nations. Chile ranks higher than all other Latin American nations in human development. It is also shielded by the nearly impenetrable Andes Mountains to the west of its borders. It even has less polluted air than most other nations because it has less cities, less population and less industry. Combine this with Chile's air being continually replenished by clean Antarctic air, Chile may stay cleaner than the war-torn nations in the event of the Third World War. Number 5. Iceland. Iceland is a country so peaceful and neutral that it was ranked number 1 in the 2015 Global Peace Index. Iceland also shares no land borders with any other nations. If bombs were to fall around the world, it's possible Iceland may be left alone during the initial conflict. And even in the worst-case scenario, Iceland has mountainous terrain to take shelter in. So it is very easy to save yourself from any kind of nuclear attack in World War III in Iceland. Number 4. Denmark. It is likely that if any conflict were to spread across Europe, Denmark would suffer greatly because of its involvement in NATO, as well as their dangerous proximity to major nations of the European Union. However, this is not entirely true thanks to one crucial exception: Greenland. Greenland is remote, mountainous and politically non-aligned, meaning the population of Greenland will be able to take cover and will have an easier time trying. Number 3. Malta. Malta is a tiny island nation in the Mediterranean Ocean. Throughout history, from Malta's days as a crusader state to even the Second World War, empires have tried so hard but failed to capture Malta, meaning that an invasion of Malta would be extremely costly. Malta's relatively small size wouldn't justify wasting an entire nuclear missile on it, meaning Malta may be ignored by the biggest combatants of a Third World War. Number 2. Ireland. While Ireland is a prosperous and developed nation, it does not have strong ties to any of the potential combatants of a Third World War. Ireland is not a member of NATO and has a long-standing policy of military neutrality. And according to Irish law, in order for Ireland to enter any external military conflicts, their involvement must be approved by the UN, Ireland's government, as well as the Irish legislature. Number 1. Fiji. The remote island nation of Fiji lies deep within the vast expanses of the Pacific Ocean. which isolates Fiji from any potential invaders. Fiji has a small population, is neutral in foreign affairs, and does not have any resources within its borders to justify an invasion of the islands. To top that off, for thousands of years, the Fiji Islands supported human settlements and could likely continue to support human life after a worldwide conflict.